The federal government gave additional money for everyone on unemployment all across the country, but that money is running out very soon. It's that $600 weekly federal benefit for unemployment. That extra supplement on top of the regular state benefit goes away July the 25th. And with that money drying up, many folks will be looking for a new job. We want to help you stand out and land that next job. Blanca Cobb, our body language expert, is here to help you ace that virtual interview. Damian Burkle, the founder and executive director of Professionals in Transition, is here to help us with creating resumes and what employees and employers are looking for. So what you can do is you can text your questions to these experts. The number is 336-379-5775. Text, don't call. These are text questions, and they are here for 15 minutes of Q&A today. All right, so Damian, let's first and foremost start with the resume, because that is the thing that you put forth first. And let's show folks this. A standard resume from what we had seen back in the day that all of us have had. Name and info at the top, then a list of jobs over the years. Now look at the difference of this revamped resume. From the get-go, it's cleaner, but I want people to take a closer look at the top two items. There's an area of expertise, which quickly lists the skills the employer would find desirable, and also a career summary versus a job objective. Okay, so why the change with that?
The biggest reason is an employer, unfortunately, really doesn't care what your job objective is. A career summary is a future forward statement talking about the best of your past and the best of the future. And the reason why it's so important is because that's the first thing an employer sees, and they should be able to tell within those 4 or 5 sentences if it's worth their time. That is 8 seconds is the amount of time they usually spend. So they'll spend those 8 seconds, read the career summary, make a quick decision, and decide to go on. Then they drop down to your key areas of expertise, and those are your keywords. And those answer, again, reinforce that you are the answer to the employer's needs. And between those two things, those are the kickers, if you will, that encourage the HR person to go on and read your resume. If you make it, they will read it. And if you don't have those, they're probably going to stop and go on to the next one.
All right, so you need that summary instead of the job objective. Someone is asking, do resumes need to be limited to 1 page?
No. 95% of the time you submit your resume online, and it goes through a thing called an applicant tracking system. And that's software. And that's another reason why you need to have your keywords right, because before a human being ever sees it, it's scored by an applicant tracking system. And the system doesn't care whether it's 1 page or 2. And if you've been in the workforce for any period of time, you deserve 2 pages so that you can adequately reflect all of your accomplishments, so that an employer will want to flip that first page and go on to the second page.
Yeah, just make sure that there's bullet points and that it's pretty clean. I think that's always the rule, right? Yes, okay. All right, Blanca, this person is asking about their Zoom interview background and what an important role that may or may not play.
When it comes to the background, when you're doing a Zoom call, you want to make sure that it is neat and tidy, because that does send the first impression about you. So not only are they looking at you, and if you're smiling, if you seem comfortable in what you're wearing, they're also looking at the background. And the reason that's important is you don't want someone to be distracted when they're looking around you to figure out what might be on the floor or what's on the desk behind you.
All right, I know that you have kids, so you can answer this question. This person said, well, what happens, do people understand that you're working from home and that you may have kids there? Is there a way to make sure the kids don't interrupt you?
Yes, people do understand that you are working from home. And what you can do is just try to do your Zoom video calls when you know your children are napping or preoccupied with an activity. But here's the deal though, life happens and your child could get hungry, or they could get hurt, or they just want some attention that they might interrupt. this is very critical in how you handle it, because how you handle stress or snafus is really going to tell more to the interviewer about you and how you solve problems and whether you're calm or not. So if something happens, address it quickly and just move on.
Okay, this is a jobs question, Damien. Is it worth looking for a new job now during the pandemic while jobs and shifts and money is tight?
Yes, it is. The critical thing is taking the time to read the various positions. And if you match 80 to 90% of the qualifications, then I would encourage people to apply. And again, you know, each person's story is different. And in some areas like medical and industrial, they're going great guns. And then there's other areas where they're not. So absolutely apply for positions if you apply for them. If you qualify for them, rather, excuse me, and go for it.